Welcome back, everybody, to the San Diego Chargers franchise. It is Week 5, and here in the nation's capital, the Chargers take on the 3-1 Washington Redskins. Both teams enter at 3-1, but Washington is having to go to their 4th quarterback on the depth chart because of all the injuries they have sustained. David Fales is starting today for Washington, and the Chargers just got done facing another backup quarterback in Cardale Jones. He played excellent last week. Today, the Chargers try to make it 3 wins in a row, and we're underway. Back deep is Zach Bogan, 3 yards in the end zone, and here he comes. Across the 10 to the 15, and brought down shy of the 25. Setting up the 4th-ranked offense, led by Phillip Rivers and his 11 touchdown passes this year. Unfortunately, 7 interceptions. And we start things with a little movement up front, and it looks like one of the defenders jumped. 1st and 5, first play handoff, cutting left. This is Melvin Gordon with the carry, and a 6-yard pickup. 165 yards last week for Gordon. Now it's a screen. Shepard gets a block and some running room. Into Redskin territory, taken down by D'Angelo Hall, who is shaken up on the play, immediately clutching his knee. At the 42 of Washington, this is Rivers, rolling out left, good coverage, blanketing everybody. Washington's defense forces the throwaway. It'll be 3rd and 9 as we take a look at the defense as a whole. Chris Baker, Akeem Spence, and Rayshawn Knight, the rookie, at defensive end. Manti Te'o faces his former team. Trent Murphy and Ryan Kerrigan are the pass rushers. And of course, Josh Norman at cornerback. We'll see a lot of Reggie Shepard today. Rivers to the air, 3rd and 9. Pressure gets there. Going short. Henry with the catch. He's fighting forward the best he can, but can't get to the marker. And out comes Josh Lambo. An opening drive, 51-yard try, nearly blocked. But the kick gets off cleanly, and it's good for a 3-0 Charger lead. Now for the Washington offense, and we'll see how they constructed their game plan around David Fales. He's more of a short, efficient thrower. And he opens up play action, extra protection. Fales unloads and connects with Deshaun Jackson. So they get aggressive to start the day, and that's what Cardale Jones had success with last week. Now from the pistol, a handoff to Carlos Williams, the starting tailback here in Washington. He gets a few. Christopher Costin is out there at free safety, 3rd down Washington. Pressure, and Fales connects with Josh Doxson over the middle. Some good signs here from Fales on his first 2 throws. They're at the Charger 35, handoff Williams, and he is smothered for a loss. 4 defenders in the area, that was a Tachu. And Fales turns, hands off on 2nd down, and again immediate penetration, this time Carl Klug, who's done a great job in relief for Corey Legent. 3rd and 16, Fales, pocket collapsing, and he has to throw this away. He had targets downfield, did not want to take the chance. Those negative runs took Washington out of field goal range, so after a punt, 3-0 San Diego, and Rivers on target, wide open Melvin Gordon. It's good to know your opponent, and Manti Te'o was the opponent on this one. They matched him up with Melvin Gordon, and no, he's not going to keep up with him. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, and running room here. Melvin Gordon right side to the 50. That's an 11-yard first down. Last week was the most balanced we've seen this offense, and we'll see if that carries into this game. Rolling right on target, Hunter Henry makes the reception. That's good for 5. 2 tight ends in the game, and now the rookie enters. Barry Nsekhe, first down. He trucks a defender inside the 15. Barry Nsekhe, touchdown. He just bulldozed Dookie and Nacho. I think it's time we take a hard look at Barry Nsekhe over what he's done through the first quarter of his rookie season. He's closed out games, gotten big yards after contact. He deserves real carries. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, now a 10-0 Charger lead, and this is Williams, a little shake and bake on Mager. Then upended by Casey Hayward, good play. You don't want to panic here if you're Washington. Down 10 with some backups in the game, including at quarterback. This is a really important drive for them. 1st down and 10 from the I formation. Williams on the stretch. Gets around Reed. Runs into another man, and he is taken down, but it's a 1st down. He could have gotten a whole lot more. And there's an injury on the play, Bakari Rambo. And he's grabbing his forearm, it looks like. Adrian Phillips is now in at strong safety rather, and Christopher Costin makes the tackle this time on Williams. Already 10 carries for Williams, but now third down, Fails, pressure, and a touch throw to Pierre Garçon. What a pass from Fails. Again, the pressure was on, and that took some guts to make that play. At the 18-yard line, Fails, a strike to the right, and this is Deshaun Jackson's first grab. And the Redskins are inside the 10. In the I formation, handoff. Carlos Williams taken down for a loss, and there's Melvin Ingram. They're trying to feed Williams in this first half for sure. Now play fake. Fails under pressure. Nobody open. He's sacked by Brandon Mebane. The big nose tackle gets into the action. Backing up now to the 16. They spread the field. Fails. Firing downfield. Deshaun Jackson inside the 10. Stopped by Costin. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. I said that was a big drive for Washington. They got points. Now a 7-point game, and look who's in the game. Barry Nsekhe barreling forward to the 30-yard line. Empty backfield now as the Chargers go spread on 3rd and 4. Rivers sailing deep. Keenan Allen has the catch, and he will go the distance. A 70-yard touchdown. Rivers had some options underneath, but that's not what he wanted on this play. They decided to test the safeties, and Dookie Inacho could not contain. 17-3 Chargers, as we've seen this number 4 offense on display look the way we expect them to, and now Washington has to play some catch-up. At their own 28 here, a 3-receiver set against the rush on target again. Fails to Pierre Garçon for a first down. Fails now 6 of 8 for 87 yards. Back to a run on first down and another loss. That's Leonard Howell. The Chargers call aggressively on first down, especially when they're expecting a run. Nice stop here on second down. Now it's Darius Gums as the Redskins run twice, back up a couple yards. Now 3rd and 12. A fake to Williams and a dump off to Reed. And he's going nowhere. Wrapped up by Casey Hayward. They will punt. 7 minutes to play in this first half. Charger ball at their own 22. Rivers clean pockets and a strike down the middle. A catch for Hunter Henry against Manti Te'o. Again from the stacked look. 2nd down and to the outside. Hunter Henry first down as he's bumped out of bounds by Dookie Inacho at the 47. Same formation, a first down. Here comes pressure, but the check down is out to Melvin Gordon at the 45 of Washington. Not much has slowed this offense down so far. Handoff, Gordon cutting left and falling ahead for a gain of 4 yards. Less than 4 minutes to go in the half. First down. Slant caught, that's Allen, as they're throwing more in the direction of Breland as opposed to Norman. From the 32-yard line, handoff Gordon, first down again, spinning ahead, and a first down to the 26-yard line. Benjamin lines up slot left. Now the back is Andre Ellington as he works to his left and is stopped after a gain of around 3. 2 backs in the game now, a split shotgun. Rivers swings it right, caught by Ellington. He shoves away Josh Norman, but he won't quite get to the first down marker. It's 3rd and short. Barry Nsekhe now in the game, but Rivers with a hard count got another defender to jump, and it's a first down. They keep Nsekhe in the game here in the red zone, and he gets the draw with room to run. Plowing ahead, Nsekhe down to the 2. It's 1st and goal. Nsekhe still in the game. Now Rivers will throw it. Flag down to the end zone. Touchdown, Keenan Allen, if the flag doesn't negate it. Perfect throw from Rivers. But it's as if it never happened. A holding call on Joe Barksdale will back him up. Trips right as the Chargers try to find the end zone again. A check down here, and Nsekhe is rocked after a short pickup. 25 seconds left to go. Chargers do have all of their timeouts, and the pocket collapses around Phillip Rivers. He is spun down by Chris Baker as the Redskins try to get a red zone stand. A 3rd and goal from the 13. Just hand this off, and Nsekhe doesn't get much as they set up Josh Lambo before half. A strong first half for San Diego as Lambo bangs this through. It's 20-3. A great, efficient half of balanced football for the Charger offense, and the defense has done a good job keeping Washington off the scoreboard. It's 20-3 San Diego. They are dominating all the important statistical categories today. And the Redskins haven't really given David Fales much of a chance to lead this offense. They've relied mainly on Carlos Williams, who now has 15 carries. Fales has had limited pass attempts, but he's passing here on third down. First down to Pierre Garcon. Fales now 8 of 10 passing. Here they spread the defense out. Fales down the middle to wide open Jordan Reed. And just like that, they're inside the Charger 40-yard line. From everything I've seen from Fales right now, he deserves to throw the football. First and 10. Again, a catch by Jordan Reed. And a big hit delivered by Jatavis Brown. Third down and 1, Washington. Carlos Williams gets the call, and he's brought down by Adrian Phillips. Big stop there to force 4th and inches. Washington tacks on 3. Now it's a 2-touchdown game here in the third quarter. Draw play here to Melvin Gordon. And again, getting some room. He picks up 5 yards. They call Reggie Shepard in motion. 3rd and 4. Rivers out to Andre Ellington, who stepped out after picking up the first down. Rivers 13 of 14 today. Back to the ground as Gordon is brought down after a 3-yard pickup. A quickly moving third quarter continues. Second down, Rivers gets this away downfield on the deep comeback to Keenan Allen. Rivers took a shot on that play, but he gets back up and still has only 1 incompletion. Another draw now working to the outside. A good pickup here for Gordon. We're seeing a lot more of those 3 to 5 yard chunks. It's making a huge difference. 3rd and 5, Rivers, he settles short, and Henry is brought down. Good open field tackle by Kendall Fuller as the Chargers settle. Each team has now added a field goal here in the third quarter, and Washington needs to find the end zone. Only 3.5 minutes to go here in the third, as David Fales runs the read option, and he's brought down by Hayward after a short gain. Big 3rd and inches here for Washington. They keep this in the hands of Williams, and he gets the yardage necessary and then some. Jordan Reed to the slot. First down, they'll throw it. Fales stepping up, now out, and there's pressure as he loses the football. He recovers it, but another good play by this Charger defense. Darius Gumbs having a really nice year. 2nd and 15, nice grab by Williams as he plows over Jason Verrett and makes it 3rd and manageable. Receivers lining up tight on 3rd and 4. Fales firing downfield and knocked away by Casey Hayward. Great coverage, and they'll have to kick it. Again, this Charger defense continuing to play well. From the split shotgun, flag down as Gordon gets space to the outside, and we'll see if the flag gave him that space. Clearly McCoy is not happy as he hands over the tablet, and it's a holding call on Ryan Wendell. Fourth quarter now underway as the Chargers are backed up. 2nd and 21. A little dump off here. Melvin Gordon gets a few back, and they'll be 3rd down and long. 23-6 here, San Diego leading as Rivers under pressure gets this out to Allen. A little risky pass. Good coverage by Fuller, and they'll kick it right back. Down by 3 scores, Washington needs something big here with 13 minutes left to play. The kick from Kaiser deep to the dangerous Deshaun Jackson. He sheds a tackle, then is wrapped up by Adrian Phillips. The Chargers have played sound football the entire way, and they just need to keep playing this brand of football. From the 48-yard line, Fales down the middle, and that is Jordan Reed working against Adrian Phillips. First down. Into Charger territory, a 2nd and 15. Fales settles short. Here's Carlos Williams, and he's brought down out of bounds by Larry Wilbur. Wilbur seeing a few safety reps in this game. Now 3rd and 8. Fales, nobody open. Throws it to the sideline. Too late for Jordan Reed, and they have to bring out the kicking team again. This would make it a 2-score game. 54-yard try, and Dustin Hopkins pulled it wide left. And we still have a 3-score game, and the Chargers get excellent field position. From the shotgun, here is Rivers down the middle. First down, Reggie Shepard separating from Josh Norman. Showing blitz here on 2nd down. Rivers down the middle again. Now it's Hunter Henry with the first down reception. Rivers, by the way, still only 1 incompletion. Draw play now, and Gordon speeds out to the right and drags defenders out across the 15. First down. as they enter the red zone. Back in the game, Barry and Secchi right through the middle. He sheds a tackle and scores again. His first career multi-touchdown game. Barry and Secchi now with 4 touchdowns in his rookie season. What a start he's putting together. As the Chargers take a 24-point lead, we see more backups now in the game for San Diego. And there's one of them making a play. Jatavis Brown swats that pass away. 3rd down and 5 against the 4-man rush. Fails, checks it down, and Carlos Williams is laid out there by Denzel Perryman. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Fails. Again to Jordan Reed. Another big hit laid there by Jatavis Brown. 3rd and short, they want the screen. Fails to Williams, and he's got running room, a block on Phillips. 1 man to beat, and dragged down by Christopher Costin at the 5-yard line. Can they finally find the end zone? Fails, gives to the right, and here's Matt Jones' first carry, brought down by Kyle Emanuel for a loss. 2.5 minutes left to go. Chargers play a zone. Fails, check down, Costin there to bring down Carlos Williams, no gain. For some reason, they're not going for it here on 4th and goal, instead settling for the field goal, as it's still a 3-score game. And they're going to attempt the onside kick, down 21, and the kick is scooped up by Dontrell Inman. And we'll see this offense try to put another win in the books. Gordon Urban in at quarterback, he hands off to Zach Bogan. And he dashes up the middle for a 7-yard pickup. They've had a lot of rushing success against Washington today. And now Bogan gets a big lane cleared out inside the 15. Look at his fight down to the 10-yard line. That's a 21-yard run. Back in the game, Barry and Secchi. A handoff his way, spinning forward, fighting through contact. So tough to bring down. And now they'll end this one. A knee taken by Gordon Urban. And another great win for the San Diego Chargers. They take this one by a final score of 30-9. Great game today for San Diego. They played well on both sides of the football. This was a complete team effort with very few mistakes made. They allowed no touchdowns, did not turn the football over, ran with a very high success rate and yards per carry, and Phillip Rivers had 1 incompletion. When it comes to the game of football, this is about as close to perfect as you will ever get. Chargers are now 4-1 on the season and lead the AFC West. Rivers only had to pass it 21 times but completed 20 of them for a little over 200 yards. Melvin Gordon ran for 4 yards per carry, 69 yards, and Barry and Secchi ran for 72 yards and 2 scores. The defense got 2 sacks, no turnovers. I thought David Fales played well, but Washington did not game plan around giving him a chance to really carry the offense. They wanted to feed Carlos Williams, and then they didn't throw it enough, basically is what I thought. Fales threw it well, but he didn't throw it enough, so it didn't really matter, and they couldn't get into the end zone no matter what they did. Our run defense has been pretty good this year, and too many times they decided to throw it after losing a bunch of yards and making things a lot tougher on Fales. The only negative from this game for us was losing Bakari Rambo early in the game, and that injury is a fairly significant one. He will miss 6 weeks with an upper arm fracture, which means we get even more thin at safety. I may have to bring somebody else in. I have not made a roster move yet, but that could be coming. The Raiders were in first place until they lost to the Bengals this week, and they lost via a fourth quarter comeback engineered by Andy Dalton, 17 points in that fourth quarter. Now, as we look ahead, the San Diego Chargers take on the 2-3 New England Patriots, the defending Super Bowl champions, and they are another team that has a lot of significant injuries. Jamie Collins, Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, and starting quarterback Sam Bradford. I'm not sure what it is with injuries this season. Now, I have raised my injury slider up to 51 from 50, but I don't believe the injury slider impacts simulated games. I could be wrong there, but I don't think it does. I'm thinking it's more of just bad luck for opposing teams, and it's just kind of snowballed, and it looks like an outlier as far as just this example goes. But if you have any feedback on that, let me know. The Patriots do still have plenty of good players. They're a great team, and Jimmy Garoppolo will start at quarterback for them. So we'll see how the Patriots look with all their injuries in Week 6, and we'll see if the Chargers can extend their winning streak to 4 games in a row as they head off to Foxborough for that Week 6 showdown. Before we end this episode, a few stories here. The draft stories, we're talking about a couple tight ends. We have Todd McShay here saying that Jarrett Heath is the top tight end prospect since Tony Gonzalez, although his first rating here is a C run blocking, so we're not gonna scout him any further. And then there's another good tight end prospect, Kirby Tomczak, and he actually looks pretty good. He's a first round prospect. Last thing before we end this episode, I want to keep an eye here on the Buffalo Bills. And Cardale Jones threw for 355, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers today, leading the Bills to a victory. I forget how much longer Tyrod Taylor is out, but for as long as he is, I want to keep an eye on what Cardale Jones can do with that Bill offense. That'll wrap up this one, guys. Thank you all again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like, leave your feedback below. Let me know who is impressing you the most on this team, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.